Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Wendy and today I'm going to do a flip through, hopefully I can get through both of them, these vintage junk journals that I just completed. And I'll tell you more about them in just a minute, so stay tuned. Okay, so I challenged myself to not use a kit or any kits with these. And what I did was I used a lot of my own ancestry photographs, and which I have a ton of. And I'm not even sure where they're going to go after me because, you know, there's really no interest in the family with any of these old photographs. So, and I'm trying to take care of them as best as I can. But I have so many and a lot of duplicates. So what I did with this journal is I used my ancestry. Okay, so anyway, I went and got a few of these pictures that I used, and some of them I copied. I copied this one onto a vellum, so I didn't use the original. But as you can see, we got a ton of these. There's the twins. And I know that one is my grandmother. So that's a very, very old picture because I'm 61. So, yeah, so these are very ancient photographs. That's a cute one. I used that one in one of the journals. I copied it. And so, yeah, I have these, and then, and even my mom didn't know a lot about who they were, but I'm assuming they're on her side of her mom's mom. That a lot of these pictures came from, and here's some tin. So these are all my ancestors, which I won't be putting any of these into the journals, but so yeah, you can see that these are tin, and I don't have these in the right order. Yeah, these are pretty neat. And then see, like this one is the cover of this journal here. This isn't a tin, it's just a hard cardstock. So yeah, some of these I used and made copies of, and yeah, so there we go. Those are my old pictures, ancestry. So I figured I might as well, you know, use them in this journal. You know, use them in a journal. So the cover is just a, if you see my other videos, I kind of do the same thing. It's kind of a semi-soft cover. And what I do for the outside is, technique I like to use is, because like I got a ton of this lace too, is I will use a cotton batting underneath, and then I'll spray baste, and I'll put the lace in the arrangement that I want, and then you know, push it down, and then the next day I'll take, usually I put a tulle over this, but I didn't this time. Then I just go and quilt it, you know, probably about a quarter to a half inch between each, so it really holds together nice. So yeah, that's that. And then I did spray it with a spray or cloth protector as well. So yeah, and then I just put one of these nameplates on, and then I just did some stitching and around this picture, and then this is a vellum picture, and then I just did I sewed these on, these little clusters. So then I just used a simple sari silk closure. So this is a lot of it's unlike any other journal I've done, and I'm not sure, maybe I will try selling them in my Etsy shop. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna just wait and see, but they will be available if I decide to. Anyway, here's a pocket. This is antique lace, or I guess it would be a placemat that I cut in half. That's right, but it's antique. So I'm just gonna go along. Here's a picture of my mom, and there's like this is an original. A ton of these pictures in the stash. So yeah, my mom died 2 years ago, and she was 94. So that's tells you even just how old this picture is. So yeah, and then I just did a little some antique fabric down here, and then just a little cluster, and it just says restore, and then got a little, I put a lot of these little gems, jewelry pieces, you know, throughout as well. Here's one of those, I believe it's a Tim Holtz antique clip. This is an original. It's an original in here. Oh, and I found this picture as well. This is not going in the journal, but this is another example. These would be my great-great-grandparents, I believe. She came over on a boat from Norway when she was 4 years old, and her mother died on the way over, and so and her father had brought like so many kids. So what they did, it was not that uncommon back then, is she had raised in a farm. These farmers adopted her, and can you imagine that at 4 years old? You know, just you know, all of a sudden your mom dies, and your father gives you away to a farm, and so she was raised on the farm, and she learned how to cook and learned all kinds of different skills. So here's my belly band. And this is another original. This would be my great aunt. This is my great aunt here. And that might be a relative, I'm not sure. Maybe it's a friend of hers, but I know that's my aunt. My great aunt, I should say. Here's a little embellishment here. Did some embossing back here. And just a page. Jane Austen. Bring that back down. I know, I'm sorry about the lighting here. It's trying to do my best to try to avoid the shadows. So yeah, this is this book would kind of remind me of you know, somebody going through an attic and finding, you know, these are all ancestry, and not really a particular time period, but just because now this is a picture of my mom when she was in nursing school. That was in the mid-1930s, 40s, so around there. And so yeah, that one just comes out. Like I said, there's a gazillion of these pictures as well. And then I just have this come out here. And that's Emma, journaling space back there, and a ticket, and an original photo slide. And then I just did a little cluster here. X is a pocket, and that just slides right up in there. And this is not part of my ancestry, but it is a postcard. Yeah. So yeah, that in there. This is an original. Used to be my great-grandmother, and that is my great aunt, I believe. Here's another, just a antique, this came from an antique book, and then got a little, just made a little ruffle there with a little jewel, and I did some sewing, and here's the back of it. It's got poems, different poems. There's one from Shakespeare, love lyric, and more. roses. Yeah, it's really neat. That just holds in there. It's antique doily. These pages, I did a lot of this. Just some collaging, and then I roughed up the pages, and then I did some gesso over it, so it is, you can write on it. And then this is just a flip out as well. This is just there's thread on there. It flips out to here. And it's just it's a picture of a girl sewing, and then there's that just light gesso in this way, and then that way, and then this is an original piece of ephemera. Let's put that side. It's like a ledger of some sort, and then a little antique cluster down here with a little gem. Well, not gem, but you know what I mean. Little pearl. Okay. So this was one of those tin, but it's not tin. I printed it on vellum, but that's kind of how it turned out. So yeah, I just those out, and that's some copied ephemera from some kit I had, and this is an original France ephemera. And then this is an original as well. Here, a little fabric cluster up here. And these are fabric pattern ruffles I made a lot of. This is a copy onto vellum. Let's see. So on this page, all right. And then here's just kind of like a little tuck spot. I put some old pictures in here. Girls at the beach. These were my and all my mom's old pictures. So, and here's another one. And this one doesn't. That's right, I glued that one on. This one doesn't come out. That is, yeah, some girls. Looks like maybe the 1920s, I'm guessing. But it does come off. You can untie this, and that comes off. And then just a little cluster down here. And it's the original fishing. A lot of fishing expeditions. The guys went fishing a lot. Here must have been some trip they went on. It's a postcard. And then yeah, some digital ephemera. And then here's that picture of those kids, and I this is copied onto vellum. Had kind of a neat effect putting it over this peach embroidery embossed paper. So yeah, and then there's a tuck over there, tuck spot here, and this is that. I have a ton of it, paper bag material, and here's the center. And this is just a one signature. The center is a heart napkin or doily or whatever. So I put that in the center, and then this is a postcard, original postcard. And then another one of those pictures onto vellum, and then there's piano paper back here. That looks like that would have been my grandfather right there when he was just a little bit younger. And then this is an original piece of ephemera that I just put a few little stamps or washi tape on there. It's antique lace. And then there's a little flip up from a antique lace handkerchief. And a little piece of jewelry that flips up. And then again, some of that collaging and then stamping on top of it as well. Writing space. This is tuck spot. I don't think he's a relative. I think that may have been a friend, family. And then this is one of those, this is an original piece of ephemera, or those GH stamps that people would collect. Yeah. Or S&W, yeah, saving stamps. That's what I think they did that mostly in the 50s. And a little tag here. There's some close-up of the pocket. I used some antique embroidery and antique doily there. And then this comes off. This would be my great aunt. It's original. Made a little tuck spot here, some fabric. And again, there's that collaging, and as you can see, if you can see through it, I actually did use original vintage magazine from the 1900s. Some of these. Oh, yeah. Here's a rusty paper clip. I did some rusting. And then here's a tag I made, pretty sturdy. And it's a postcard that comes off. And this was from a master board I had made. I cut it up and made tags. This little sari silk on top. Little tuck spots. And again, it's original. On the beach. Sewing. Yeah, I did a lot of sewing in this. As usual, right? Alright, here's the little, these are just extra scraps of lace I used on the cover. And a little jewelry that flips up into some coffee dyed paper, wrinkled up, distressed. And this I made into I made it so that this just tucks into here, this picture. And this is an original picture. That is a picture of my uncle right there, Uncle Donnie. So yeah, this just hooks into there. You know, if I can get a hold of my cousins, I can give them a lot of these pictures as well. But I don't even know how to get a hold of them. Okay, and then here is, I made this paper bag out of this paper bag material by just crinkling it up and then putting distress ink over it. And then this one I made into an envelope. And here's some original ephemera. See if I can find a date on there. It's pretty fragile, so I think it's early 1900s, my guess. I bought several of those magazines at an antique show, and I don't know if anything I'm supposed to do with them, so I might as well use them, right? Alright, that. And then it's another little fabric cluster I made. and a piece of jewelry. Let's see if I can bring these out here. So this is original slide, but I made a copy of one of the pictures onto vellum, and then just put her inside there. So that's one of my relatives. And then here's a tag. This is an original. And that is an original as well. Let's tuck that in there. And then back here, that'd be a picture of my mom. Like I said, there's so many pictures that it's kind of overkill about the pictures that are in there. Okay, so then that's the end. Then there's another pocket at the end. So that's the first one I made. Yeah, I'm gonna put that. I'm just gonna put it over here, side, and then so for the second one, kind of the same concept. I incorporate a lot more greens in here into this one. That's right. I should put a. I have so many of these too that I can. That I can put these stick pins. I can put a stick pin in the other one as well because I got a lot of them. So yeah, same kind of cover. With the lace. Put some buttons there, and this is the cover is actually, or the picture is actually has tulle over it, and then I just got a little thing there with the tissue. Silk closure like the other one. As I said, this one's got more green incorporated in it. So there's a little pocket here with the antique lace. There's that thin paper. And then this is some vellum. It just comes off with this little thing here. A little charm, jewelry. This is the page, vintage page. It's actually kind of a faux vintage page. A little tuck spot here. It's a original. It's a rusty clip. That's a picture of my uncle. Again, kind of have him sitting like that way. His bike is going sideways, so I'm gonna have him going that way. Here's a picture, or some handmade paper, gesso, this isn't a rusty pin, but I think it's, I used patina, like some type of patina on it, and just incorporated a button and some old jewelry. So yeah, and then this, yeah, let's see if I can get this to stay up a little bit better up here. Found this in, it's original. Must have been when they sold old hats. Just a little tag here. That's original. And then these are not. They're not Tim Holtz, but they're. I can't tell you offhand. That one too. I bought. I think some kind of scrapbooking. Scrapbooking.com, I believe it was. Oh, and then this again. This came from the original. Old magazine, 1920s, 30s magazine, with a bunch of other things that I collaged and then stamped, and then lightly gessoed. So yeah, there's a little mixed media in here. That goes there. And then this came from that kit as well. It's just like a ephemera kit. And then I just took that out and then made it like this. Wait, like that. And that would be a picture of my uncle and his first wife. And then here I did some embellishing. I bring that up a little closer. I put those little jewels everywhere as well. Let's see here. Piece of ephemera. And that one kit is again. So, alright, how do we do this? I got it like this. It's kind of stuck up into here. There we go. There's that same thing, the collaging and gesso. And some wax paper. And then I did the same thing with this picture. The black and white. And then that comes out. I believe that's my uncle, too. There you go. I left strings on there too. Some people like the strings, some don't. I guess I like them in some places. A little tuck spot that says family memories. And then a big pocket there. Okay. And then this, actually this all comes off as well. That's a piece of ephemera from that kit. And this is some, I used rusty nails and bolts and all the clips and put them on a piece of paper. And this was the result. And I think it turned out really cool. I really like it. And then just some extra journaling space there. There's a wax bag. A little envelope clip. And this is original. Let's see if it says anything here. And I took my children to France. Seems like I wrote the date on one of these. Yeah, it's just a story. Here, these. Oh, here. Oh, it's in 1927, right there. Yeah. Yeah, so I put that in there. That looked kind of cute in here. I said, what else are you going to do with this stuff, you know, right? Just use it up. Use up your stash. That's what I say. Right, I'm just going to do it like that. And then here's a postcard. A little stamp. Just tucks in there. And then down here I've got a button and a little charm. Not charm, but a little piece of jewelry and some more lace. Okay, here's some more of the embossed paper in antique, some antique, I can't think today. Lace, antique lace. Here you go. And, oh, no, it's, I made a little booklet here. This is that rust again. That was Rusty Bolt. I got things. This is timeless. And there's original. I was looking at this picture and like, oh my god, I think that's my dad back there. That is my dad when he was younger. And it looks like it's in some classroom. And it was probably when he was going to school. He's for chemistry. He's a chemistry professor. Okay, so yeah, I just keep going here and just all kinds of added interest here. Tags. There's some of those S and W or S and H stamps that people collected. That's original, and I'm not sure who that is. It's probably a friend of my parents, I'm guessing. Yeah. So yeah, I just tuck that in here. Some more of that pattern paper into a ruffle. And then this one comes out. This is onto vellum. That's one of those old pictures onto vellum. And just some lined paper backing. It just goes into here. And I just made one of those fabric clusters down here. Piece of jewelry. Okay, it's another rusty clip. Paper clip. And that came from that flower book, that antique flower book. Yeah, and that's an original picture. I have one of the trips that one of the relatives went on. Okay. Tim Holtz dolls. I just added a little bling onto them, onto their dresses and their headbands. And then put another piece of original ephemera. This is like tissue paper. I don't know how anybody could even write on this, but it's kind of a interesting letter. But I'd let you read it. It's a grandpa writing to his granddaughter. Okay, so, and then this is an original. This comes off here. It's an original picture. Some antique lace. There's the big journaling card. Space on the back. Some more of that tissue. Little film strip here. Okay. This is original French ephemera. There's another one, little cluster down here. It says "We belong here." This is another one of those pictures I put onto vellum. It almost looks like a mother-son picture. There's a tag that I used with that master board. This spins around. Okay. Like a clock that spins around. Alright, so I lost my place. I guess it was always up here. And that piano paper backed on the paper bag. And then this is just, it almost has like a herringbone texture to it. And then if you take this off, and then I got, yeah, and then this just goes onto here. And I'll try to finish up here. I don't think Rick knows I'm taping down here. Okay, then again, this I just glued onto here, and it turned out really good, I think. Did I? Yeah, no. Yeah, I did glue it. Made it into like a little pocket. Okay. Onto the wax paper. Here's that same collaging. It's the original picture. The beach again. You must have liked to go to the beach. Alright. So those little photo tabs, trying to get it on there. One-handed. I can never do anything one-handed. This collage came from one of those magazines, the old magazines, 1929 magazines. And then here's that. And again, there's a little pocket up here, some antique lace and antique doily that was cut up. And then this is the original. And this is a letter in French I have no idea what it says, but it looks cool. Let's see here. Down here. It still doesn't make any sense because we don't have any French in our family. It's I just did an ancestry DNA and all of that, and it's all Norway, Sweden, England, Ireland, Scotland. That's it. Which didn't surprise me, but I don't know. I was kind of hoping, I don't know, maybe to have a little diversity in the background, but guess not. So yeah, that's a copy of the twins, and that, and then here is the back pocket. So yeah, I know this was longer than what I wanted it to be. So, but I got it over with. These were sitting here for like 2 weeks or so, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get that done. So, thanks for watching. If you're still here, put a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. And have a great day. Bye bye.